everyone, it is Rambling Hour with Lisa, Season 8, Episode 8. I am nearly 20 minutes late, which is really late for me, but I have no excuse. My hair is still wet from my shower. I got distracted watching the movie Hitch that was on TV, and when I went into our room to do my posts and stuff, it just was on the TV, so me and Steve ended up watching it. So I got distracted while I was doing my posts watching Hitch, and that put me back with my getting ready for my live. That's why my hair is still wet. But I am wearing my banana clip like I said I would last week, so we'll wait to see what my hair looks like when it's dry, and I will show you how to use a banana clip. If you don't know, or for people who are too young to know how to use a banana clip, I'll show you when my hair is dry and closer to the end of the episode. It's funny because my little Bitmoji that I did has these little curls hanging in front, but I don't have any. It shows that I'm actually trying to take care of my hair. I don't have any broken hair in front, so I don't have any like little flyaways, so I had to use long hair to make these little ringlets. Happy Sunday, Melody. I hope everyone is good and that you had a great week, and that the week coming up will be good for you as well. As you guys know, Queen Elizabeth passed away, and she passed away on my sister's birthday, and now tomorrow is her funeral, which is on my sister's son's birthday. So my sister Melody, the Queen, died on her birthday, and her son Brock, the Queen's funeral is on his 14th birthday, so that's weird. But I do want to say happy birthday to Brock tomorrow for 14 years old. That is very exciting. I saw that he went out with his dad and had a good time celebrating his birthday this weekend, so I hope that tomorrow and the age of 14 brings him lots of great things. So what else is new with you guys? Thank you, Melody. Melody said she'll let him know. Let's see where to begin. I was like, yeah, no, I'll really keep track of what I did this week. I know that I told you guys last Sunday when I got back, I had went over to my friend Samantha's house to celebrate her birthday, and then my mind goes blank and I can't remember anything I did. So I can't remember what I did Monday. I think I tried to be in the garden, or I might have been cleaning the house. But on Tuesday, I'll just hang on, let me read this. Oh, cool. Melody says that he is going to Comic-Con with his dad for his birthday, so that'll be exciting. I think he'll really like that. Tell him to have fun at that. So I was saying on Tuesday, so I noticed a post when Comic-Con, it means comic convention. So don't worry, I don't know how to spell it either, but I know it's like short for comic book. Anyways, yes, it's like all that kind of stuff, like sci-fi and what do they call it? Graphic novels, and yes, so Comic-Con. I noticed like either the day the Queen died or the next day or something, a friend from high school, Matthew, posted about the day he lands in England and the Queen dies. And I was like, what? I didn't know you were in England. What are you doing? How long are you here for? What's the plan? So he was in London. And to me, he just seemed like someone who travels a lot. So I just thought maybe he's come to England before. But it was actually his first time coming to England. And he lands the day the Queen passes away. So it was a interesting trip for him as well. So I asked what he was doing, if he had days free. We tried to figure it out so that I could go there, but with everything going on with the Queen in London, everything he told me about with the people gathering and everything made me want to run in the other direction, because he's like, oh, it'll be once in a lifetime, like, you know, there's gonna be 6 million people, and I'm like, oh my god, I would like to stay in my house, and it's you know, I can just tell people that I was in England when the Queen passed away. I don't need to be part of the crowds. When I see seas of crowds at concerts and festivals and stuff, I just like I can't imagine being inside of the crowd with no way to get out. Like, that is anxiety to the max. Anyways, so we decided that because from London, I know so many people who like, there's probably some of my friends and family still who don't even realize I live in England, because if you connect on Facebook and stuff like that, you don't even pay attention to when people move. And then there's people who ask me how London is when I live nowhere near London. For me to drive to London, it's about 4.5 hours. and that's with, you know, good traffic. And for the train, it's about 2.5 hours. So Matthew decided to take the train out here on Tuesday, and we got together. We had fish and chips for lunch because he hadn't had that yet, and then we went to one of my favorite places, Tatton Park. So it's Tatton Old Hall and Tatton Manor and Tatton Gardens. We walked around the gardens, which was really cool because he studied horticulture, so it was really cool to walk around a garden with somebody who's actually into gardening and plants like I am. So yeah, we just had a great day. Then we came back here because he wanted to see the garden here, because he, you know, you guys always see pictures and stuff of my garden around my house on here, but he wanted to see this, so I said that would be perfect. So he came back here, met Steve and the kids, and we walked around the garden here, and then like time just went so quickly, and it was time to take him back to the train station to head back to London. So I had a great day Tuesday visiting with an old friend who I haven't seen in like 26 years or something, like since high school. So that was my Tuesday. Wednesday, let me see. So Wednesday I did the grocery shopping that I should have done Tuesday, but I didn't do it on Tuesday because I was visiting with Matthew. So Wednesday was grocery shopping, and mostly it was just cleaning the house and trying to get things all autumnal, and then getting a little bit of time in the garden, just keeping an eye on things. Things are looking good in the garden. Things are finally starting to like come together and flower and stuff. And today when I went out in the garden, I saw like a bunch of butterflies, and I was like, what's happening? It's September and now I'm seeing a bunch of butterflies. It's just all over the place. So yeah, so I have had time in the garden. As you may or may not know, I posted pictures finally of the renovations to our kitchen. So those are on my Facebook, and you can see the, it's a bit of the before, but it's kind of the during and then after. So, and it's with autumnal decorations. So that was my week. How was your week? Write it in the comments if you're watching this live right now. Even if you're not watching this live, you can still write in the comments and I'll read them later. But if you're watching live now, tell me. My hair is still wet and it's bugging me. And these things, even though they might look cute, having hair in my, where I can see it is not cool. Luckily, I just have to sit here. I don't have to go anywhere. I already have shit coordination, let alone putting something in front of my eyesight to throw me off. Melody says, the kitchen must feel awesome being in it now. It does. You know what? It actually inspires me to get things done in the kitchen. Although, weirdly, the height of the countertops is like what they're supposed to be at, and I don't know why it felt like our old countertops. Oh, I know, because there was no countertops on the old ones. It was just the cupboard. So it feels higher now, and I'm so short that it just feels a little bit different that way, but it inspires me to cook. And then putting pasta and all the different things in jars, and having the baking drawers that I can like open and see the things, it makes me want to use the things and want to, yeah, so I say that, but all I made today for supper was fish and chips and mushy peas and gravy and matzo sticks because I was outside and being lazy. But come these colder, it is getting, I know in Canada I saw that you guys still are having like some nice hot temperatures. Here is pretty mild and a bit chillier at night. So it's like in the single digits at night, but just like it's like about 9 or 10, maybe 11 like that during the night. And then so the lowest it was overnight is 9, but in the daytime it's only like 15, 16, 17. So it's not like warm anymore. So it's a bit chilly there. I've been wearing my jacket outside, but yeah, I still want to be in the garden a lot. So, but once I am out, I'm not in the garden as much, then I should be able to make, and it's that season, isn't it? With the cooler weather, you want to make soups and stews and baking and stuff to keep you warm and toasty and everything else. Melody says, same here. Tuesday's going to be a low of 2. Yikes. Okay. All right. I read on somebody's, but it might have been in Ontario, that it was still 30, but they think that was their last day of 30 degrees. That was a couple days ago though, so maybe it has changed. As you can see, I'm in the living room, and besides setting this pillow here, I totally didn't even organize the pillows or the blanket. Like this throw blanket is supposed to be nice on, like, this is part of my autumnal decorations. So this is supposed to be like nice on the back of the sofa and everything else, but what happens when kids lie here and watch TV and everything gets messed up. There's 4 of these cushion covers that I got last year. It says pumpkin spice and everything nice. And there's this one here with the fall leaves. I can bring it closer. And then this one is cute. And there's one more, and it has a truck with a harvest in the back of the truck. But I instead of using it as a cover for a cushion, I actually ironed it flat, and then I used like clips, and I have it hanging like a what's that called? Not topiary, taper. I don't know. You know, like hanging. There's a name for that. Melody says most of the week is going to be in the low 20s. Pretty. Oh, geez, only in the low 20s. Dang, you better get your jacket. Makes me want to go buy some. I bought them on Amazon. I bought them from Amazon. Because here, they don't sell stuff like this, really, so I have to get things like even my leaves from Amazon. So, yes. Because they don't decorate here as much as they do in North America. But it's slowly changing because we all see everybody's awesome Instagrams and stuff like that, and people want to do it for themselves. I need to watch the temperatures, because I know that, like, even if we do have nice days and it seems like it'll last longer than, you know, on the prairies in Canada, I still have to be careful, because as soon as those below 0 numbers come, if I don't cover or protect things in the garden that need covering and protecting, then I could lose a lot of stuff. So even though I don't want the displays to end, and like I said, some things are just coming into flower, I need to kind of take apart. See, a lot of my things are in pots, so I can move them. So I need to take apart my displays, leave things that can be out for the winter, and take all the ones that have things that need to be overwintered and such. And I can still enjoy them outside, but just have them closer to the greenhouse or to the guest house where I'm going to overwinter them, so that if the temperatures start going lower, I can just run out there and take them and put them in quickly indoors, because they are heavy and it's annoying, and you don't want them all randomly around the garden, and then you'll forget something, and that will be devastating. So yes, so the garden, the kitchen is very inspiring to want to do more things, but how awesome does it even just look with the autumnal decorations? Imagine when there's Christmas decorations and stuff like that. So not only is it a nice functioning kitchen that we love to be in and actually work in, and now that we have the induction hub, like, you don't need to have an induction hub, you can have the other one, I can't remember what it's called, but like that it's flat and it doesn't have like elements. Okay, so 2 things in the kitchen that I was shit at, because I love things clean, and if I could have everything perfect and clean, I would do that, but that's not realistic when you have a family. So I have to like pick my battles, and the 2 things that were last on my list for in the kitchen, because as soon as I go in the kitchen and start cleaning, I'd start at the top again, right? Like the counters and the kitchen table, and making sure the dishes are clean and put away, or like all that stuff. And the last things always were inside the microwave, and the cooker. I would wipe down the top of the cooker around the edge and everything, and in the middle, but the stuff that would get underneath the elements, I wouldn't clean that, because it's not really affecting the cooking or anything, so it would take me forever to clean that, and it was one of Steve's pet peeves. So now that we have the induction hub, it's just flat on top, and it's just like a countertop to me now too, so I want it wiped down all the time. So after I'm done cooking, even if I boil water over and it gets all over, say you're making pasta and it gets the yucky, like I always wipe it down, so it just makes the kitchen look that much better. Now the microwave, we'll work on that. I think my Wi-Fi's off, but let me just... Yeah, my Wi-Fi... Ooh, you're stuck to me. My Wi-Fi is already off because I was doing something in the garden or somewhere where I wasn't getting good service, so I just shut it off, so it's still off. What else is new with you guys? So what do I have in store for this week coming up? Before I forget, while I'm thinking of it, in North America, well, I don't know if it's in North America or if it's just Canada, but there's residential schools, and all the Indigenous children who were taken away from their families and put into schools, and tried to beat their culture out of them and tried to make them white, like live the white man's way, and it's just horrendous. All the mass graves that they found and how many people were, I mean, even if you didn't die in the residential schools, the trauma that you endured going there, and that you know, there's the what do they call it? Generational trauma that continued because of everything in residential schools. And this is like, I'm talking about people who are my mom's age, you know, and even a bit younger, that were going to these schools. So this isn't something that happened hundreds of years ago. This is like now. And so survivors of the residential schools and their families, and the families of people who didn't survive residential schools, we have a thing now in Canada, and it's on September 30th, which is called Orange Shirt Day. So it's in support of Indigenous people and the trauma that they've been through, and to know that every child matters. So the ones that we've lost and the ones that still exist and have to deal with this. And as a white privileged person who didn't really understand all the shit that people have gone through until like now, I'm slowly learning. I am not going to pretend that I know what it's like to be in a culture that's been suppressed. Wait, not suppressed. What's the word I'm looking for? Suppressed. What's the word I'm looking for? That's been held back, and I'm not going to pretend I know what that's like, but I want them to know that I'm an ally and I stand with them. And so on September 30th, me and the family here will be wearing our orange shirts. So if you want to do that, look it up. Look up Orange Shirt Day. Look up Every Child Matters. And on September 30th, wear your orange shirt in support of the Indigenous people. Yes, so I'm wearing an orange shirt right now too, because it's autumn, but I am getting ours ready for the September 30th. It also happens to be Aurora's birthday, and she'll be 17 on September 30th. But yes, that's a very important thing to me. I have identified as Canadian my whole life, and the First Nations culture and the Indigenous culture in Canada has always been one of my favorite cultures. And my family didn't grow up racist. I mean, my parents and my grandparents that I knew, and then us, we were never raised racist, so I didn't really understand how detrimental racism can be when people experience it. And I even have cousins who are Indigenous, so I didn't even realize that there was people who hated people really for like the color of their skin or just their culture or something. It's so stupid. I had aunties who worked for the Canadian Native Friendship Centers, and I also went to school with a lot of Indigenous people, and you know, like, I've had friends my whole life who were Indigenous. I didn't get that they were being held back. I loved going to powwows. I loved their whole culture, and if anything, we should be honoring their ancient culture and like celebrating it. Like, they have so much to offer us, and how could people have wanted to beat that out of them? If they knew anything about them, they would know, like I said, it's something sacred and something that we should treasure and like celebrate. So I want them to know, again, that I'm an ally, and that I just really, really love their culture and will do anything to, without being, you know, there's cultural appropriation, and I don't want to be offensive to anybody's. And now I don't even know if, like, the dream catchers I've made, if that's cultural appropriation. Am I allowed to make dream catchers? Like, if, you know what I mean? Like, say a 4-leaf clover is good luck and it's like an Irish thing. Well, I don't think that, I mean, I think everybody in the world should be able to have 4-leaf clovers and you know, use them for luck for you know, even if you're not Irish descent. But then, like, I don't want to be offensive either. So, you know, if you're Indigenous and you're watching this, let me know. I don't know what's offensive and what's not, but if like having my dream catchers that I made by hand is in any way cultural appropriation, just let me know. But Melody said she agrees with everything that I said, and Auntie Diane says hi there. Hi, Auntie Diane. Auntie Diane, we were just talking about Orange Shirt Day, September 30th, in support of Indigenous people and their fight, and that every child matters. So get your orange shirt ready. Okay, what else do I want to talk about coming up in September? So so Saturday, me and Steve have a date with some friends from, I think they're from Canada. They're Jackie and Steve's friends, and I will be tagging along because I was invited and there's food. So that is Saturday. And then Sunday, Samantha is doing a Macmillan, well, I think it's for Tyla is raising money for the Macmillan coffee morning, I think it's called. I'll post it in the comments, or if Samantha comes on, I'll get her to post it in the comments. So Sunday, it's a Macmillan coffee morning, and Macmillan is a hospital, or yeah, so it's a fundraiser. I don't know as much as I should about it, but I will put in the comments, I'll put the link to it, but that's what is happening on Sunday at Samantha's house. So I'm going to go to that and help them. Well, we'll have coffee and visit and stuff, and then in the meantime, have a good day and raise money for Macmillan. So yeah, that is this week coming up. Because it's the Queen's funeral tomorrow, it's a holiday here, like a bank holiday, so it will be a short week work-wise for the boys, like Steve and the boys. And so that's Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday's my shopping day, so I'll probably still have to do grocery shopping, even if it's only a few things. I just go on Tuesdays. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yes, I have no idea. So I know that Thomas has an eye appointment on the 21st. I think that's a Wednesday, and it's also his mom's birthday. So that is what's coming up. And then, like I said, Aurora's birthday is on the 30th. Yes, so, and then other than that, just getting things garden ready. I mean, winter ready in the garden, and tidying the house. I need to, like I said, I've put all the autumn decorations out now. I just need to do the final tidying up and stuff and take photos. I need to paint the ceiling in the bathroom downstairs still. And then Steve and I need to pick out tiles and stuff. And I want to hang some things up on the wall in the entranceway. But the house is coming together. I have a big cardboard box in the front, in the entranceway, and it is for getting rid of stuff. Because if you don't use it, lose it, and I am trying to minimize things. So as much as my family thinks I'm a hoarder, which I am for like decorating for different seasons and stuff, I still am trying to get rid of things that we don't use. So doing well there. I am rambling because that is what I do. Oh, it was so funny when I was hanging out with Matthew on Tuesday and we were talking about the rambling hour, and of course I talk like nonstop, and this isn't even with anybody giving me a topic to talk about, but I was just going on and on and on about life and this and that and everything else, and I'm like, now you see how I can have a rambling hour, because rambling for 1 hour is nothing compared to like that I can talk all day long. So Thomas has gone to his nan's for the weekend. He'll be home today with Nova, and Aurora's gone for a sleepover. Allison is upstairs, and Erica's upstairs, and Steve has gone out with his mates. I have not done my workout today. I've still been doing the speed walking with Steve every day, and today I'm torn between, maybe I might take Lena, because like I said, Nova's not here right now, so it's only Lena. So instead of her not having hers this evening, I might take her on my own and let her run around the field and then do my power walking around like I would do with Steve if he was here. Or I might just do the cross trainer and watch some Gardener's World while I do the elliptical. I still do need to get on with my yoga and shred, and I miss it. So I know that I'm going to get to it just like everything else. I do what I say I'm going to do eventually, and once I start, I'll be on it again, but I just need to get that initial start. I hate that I'm not as flexible and as stretchy, and I don't mean like I need to put my foot to my head. I just mean that when you're doing stretches, even if you just do basic stretches when you wake up and before you go to bed, your body just feels better. So I hate that, like, if I stretch, everything feels tight and like, you know, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It just, my muscles need that stretching, and I feel better when I do it. So I can tell like the barometric pressure or whatever is changing, or whatever it is, the weather is changing, because my legs have been killing me the last few days, to the point that I have a hard time sleeping. And I want to turn on my heating blanket to put heat into my legs, because it seems to be the only thing that helps. But then I don't want Steve to be too hot, so I will turn it on, put some heat into my legs, shut it off, and then yeah, it's just really annoying and hard to sleep the last few days. I'm waiting for my hair to dry. It's taking its time. Like I said, by the time I'm done my rambling hour, it might be dry, and then I can show you how the banana clips work. For those of you that are my age or older, you'll remember banana clips. Oh, actually, so I was going to show you the banana clips, because I have a yellow one in right now, but these are these are the originals. Hey Melody, like these are the ones from, you know, the 80s and 90s, or like when we wore them. So yeah, so I still have mine and I'm gonna wear them. Samantha says she woke up with cold hands. What does that mean? Does it mean it's time for you to turn on the radiator? So let's see. Samantha, I told them that if you came on, either you or I would put a post in the comments for the Macmillan coffee morning. Anyways, I will show you guys how to use these when my hair is dry at the end of the show. Well, I can show you now, I guess, because I'm doing it. So if you flip your hair over, like I can take mine out now and show you. Okay, so it's like riding a bike. You don't forget. Okay, I want to keep these out, so I'm going to just put those in my mouth so they don't get caught up in the rest of the hair. And then you flip your hair over. You put this to the back. You open it. You put this to the back. You put it in your hair, and then you'll see. So watch. I want to keep these. So quiet. And that is a banana clip, my friends. Not to mention this one is yellow. So I always loved how it made my hair look longer in the back than it was. Even when you have short hair, it does like this. I guess it doesn't really work with like this long of hair. But yeah, it always made me feel like my hair looked longer than it was, because you'd have the stuff at the bottom like going all the way to your length of your hair, right? And then anyways, this is a banana clip, so we'll see when my hair is dry how it looks. But yeah, I think it would have looked better if I had gotten ready before and my hair was already dry. So we'll see. I still like a little bit of volume in my hair because it makes my head look smaller. So Auntie Diane said, had a great night last night visiting with your mom, Auntie Emily, Uncle Henry, my friend Donna, and Joan and Paul, and Uncle Arthur. Supper was delicious. Your mom made homemade bread. So good. Oh yes, I forgot that my mom said that she was going up to Grand Prairie with my Auntie Joan, so you guys all got to visit. I'm jealous that you guys got to visit, but I'm happy that you guys all had a great visit together. That's really good. And yes, my mom's homemade bread. I mean, can't beat homemade bread, especially when it's somebody like my mom who actually knows how to make it well. And what else is said here? Oh, Auntie Diane says, sad we forgot to take pictures. Yep, that's, I know what that's like, when you forget to take pictures of a fun thing. So, and everybody together. Hi, my cousin Erin says, hello Erin, how are you? I'm wearing a banana clip. I know you are 2 years older than me and 2 years younger than Melody, so you'll remember the banana clips really well. I just taught everybody how to use them. I got them all ready to bring the trend back. So, I don't know when they're going to come back into style, but maybe now that I put mine in, it's just going to become like a global thing, and everybody's going to get their banana clips back. And my friend Samantha is younger than me. I think she just turned 36 on her birthday. That's why I say I think, because I'm such a good friend. But yeah, so I don't even know if she has ever even worn a banana clip. But Erin says, haha, oh yes, indeed. Erin wore like this, she had this palm, like a scrunchie and a palm tree with her hair, and she wore her hair like that for like a year or more. I don't even know how long, but she wore it like that like every day for a long time. She had the exact same hairstyle with the scrunchie. Scrunchies are back, so I mean, it's only a matter of time before the banana clips come back. Hashtag bring the banana clip back. Yeah. So what is new with everyone else? Yeah, I gotta get ready for Halloween as well. Erin says, yes, no style in my life. That was style. That was your style. It might not have changed for a long time, but that was your style. And Melody says, I remember Erin's hair. She still has hair, Mel. It's not like you remember it and it's all gone. Exactly, Mel says it was a style. Yes, so I have photos of her like that too. But that, I mean, I'm sure everybody does, because like she wore her hair like that for like, I said, a year or more. So, hey, Erin, you can tell your sister, which is also my cousin, Maureen, her older sister, Thomas's, if you don't already know, Thomas's dog, his puppy, who was born in December, is a Doberman. And it just reminds me of your sister Maureen and her husband Calvin, because they used to have Doberman Pinschers. The only difference is here it's illegal to cut their tail and ears unless it's medically necessary. So even though I know it's a Doberman Pinscher, it just looks so different than the ones that I'm used to from when I was a kid. Anyhow, sir. So, yeah. Okay, so when my friend Sunny was here, I bought scones, and we were going to have scones with jam and cream, like clotted cream, or cream and jam, whichever way you want to put them. Because there's a controversy, different places in here in England, that whether you put the jam in the cream or the cream in the jam. Anyways, I bought them for when Sunny was here, but I couldn't get any of the clotted cream because they didn't have any in the shop, so I put them in the freezer. And again, I'm trying to use it or lose it, so I'm trying to clean out the freezer, do whatever I can. So I bought clotted cream and I bought jam to have the scones. So I thawed the scones out, and we will be having those, even though that it's not part of the healthy eating, but it'll be delicious. So Erin says, I think they have changed the cutting rules here also. Probably. I mean, it makes sense. And I know that Nova's tail can be like a whip, and it is really long and hits things off tables and stuff. But at the same time, I really love her tail. I love when she chases her tail, and I love grabbing it because then she like turns around and freaks out. It's quite funny. I don't hurt her. I just tease her. Any animal that chose to come into this lifetime and be part of my life knows that I'm going to harass them. But they love it, really. So the other thing, like, okay, so this shirt, I'm pretty sure I wore this before, but I don't know if I wore this necklace, but this is the thing, like you said about, what I said about the kitchen and having all the pasta and different things on display and making me want to use them. It's the same thing. I need, like, to see or have more time to, like, think about what necklaces go with what, and I have so many shoes and so many necklaces, and I could get rid of lots of them, but I want to wear them at least once or make them a feature of an outfit before I get rid of them, but I have too many and I don't need them all, so. And the shoes, I need to go through the shoes. I actually got rid of 2 pairs of trainers, which are running shoes, because one's falling apart a little bit, and the other ones are just, I don't know what happened, like if the inside got sticky or something, but when I wore them the other day, and then there's like the sticky stuff all over my socks from inside, so I'm sending those to the warehouse. But, yeah, so I need to go through my shoes. Like, that's how, some of them are just, it's like when I went to Amy and James's wedding, and 2 of the pairs of shoes that I wore, they like either fell apart or like the rubber was like all gross. Like they're just old, and some things deteriorate after a while, so yeah, which means that I haven't used it, so I obviously lost it. So when you own things, use them or lose them. There's part of me that doesn't want to have like these cushion covers out to where the kids can dirty them and the animals can dirty them, and they're gonna not look perfectly clean and beautiful anymore. But I want to decorate with them too, so I have to use them or lose them, right? You're not gonna just like, I don't want to live in a, I don't know what that would be called, like a, you know, a museum, like where you can't touch anything either. We want to live. So, so Samantha just put the comment, she just posted the Macmillan Coffee and Cake Morning. So you can check that out if you want to donate to her daughter Tyla, and for a good cause. I will have a coffee or a cake for you if you can't make it. And yeah, show home. Erin, do you remember me and Erin went and we were dream building, and we went to like, well, it was mobile homes, because you know, eventually I was like going to be able to afford a double wide, and we went to like show homes and stuff, and we were like going through them and talking about what it would be like when we lived in one like this, or with the features we liked and everything, and that was a nice memory with my cousin Erin. And yeah, I was trying out the bathtubs and sitting in them to see, and now I have a beautiful bathtub that I love, and it's like it's a clawfoot bathtub, but it's not just that, it's the design of it, like how tall it is and everything, and I don't know how it does it, but because of the way it's designed, it holds the heat in, so I don't even need as much water as I would have used in the past. And yet, okay, so don't make your bath too hot, because then you're like in there 10 minutes and then you don't feel good anymore and you want to get out, and that's a waste of water and time. And if you make it too cold, well, then that's not enjoyable. But if you make it a nice temperature, which you can always add more water to warm it up, and like I said, the tub just keeps the warm air around, and I love it. I love our clawfoot tub. Aaron says, okay, sorry, Nova's home. So Lena was just barking at Nova. Aaron says, yes, so many show homes. You could sit in the bathtubs. Yeah. And that was an event that we didn't take photos of either. Auntie Diane was just saying she didn't take photos with everybody visiting last night. Your dad and my mom and aunties and uncles. Thomas is home. He looks very excited after like a 4-hour drive. So what else can we talk about in this wonderful time that we have left? Yeah, I was like late, so I still have like plenty of time to ramble. Probably like a half an hour still. Yeah, well, 25 minutes, and we'll see how my hair is slowly drying, but you know how it is. So, like I said, it'll probably be dry at the end of the hour. But I've already showed you how to do the banana clips, so I guess it really doesn't matter. It's different for all hair, but the thing is that even if your hair is pretty short, because of the way it takes all of your hair, so even if your hair is short up here, it still works. Like, this is the longest my hair's ever been when I've used a banana clip, but yeah, I used to love banana clips, and I'm going to bring the trend back, but I don't think I'm going to have these things here, because like I said, they're bugging my eyesight. Lena. So Thomas just put Nova outside and then closed the door, and now Lena's standing at the door barking at Nova outside, but Nova needs to do her business before she's allowed back inside. Nova, no. Aaron says it is finally a beautiful temperature in Kelowna, between 16 and 18 this last week. Oh, wait, hang on a second. What do you mean it's finally? Did you not have good weather in Kelowna? And also, what are you still doing living in Kelowna? I didn't even realize that you were still there. I thought that was a temporary thing and you're still living out there. You were living there like when we were in Canada in 2019. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is how I said that some of my friends and family might not even realize I live in England. They just see that I'm still living, but they don't know where I am. And I didn't even realize that my cousin Aaron was still in Kelowna, BC, instead of Alberta. So, yes. And I also changed the air fresheners in the house so that in every room it has a nice spicy autumny scent when it sprays. I only decorated the downstairs. Aaron says, yes, it's been nice weather, but I don't like the 25. Oh, I see. So, you're happy with the weather now because it's mild, not too hot, not too cold. Between 16 and 18 is your ultimate. Yeah, I'm around the, well, like no higher than 25. So, like I like it, you know, plus 20. But like, yeah, in between 20 and 25 would probably be my better temperatures. Right now in the, what you said, 16 to 18, it's a bit chilly for me. It's still nice out in the sun shining, but I have to wear my zip-up hoodie or something, and that, I just don't like stuff in my way. So I like short sleeves, and I like to work in the garden, and if I have to put on a jumper or a sweater or something, it just gets annoying. And Aaron says, absolutely, 15 above, 15 below is my comfort. So anywhere between plus 15 and minus 15? Interesting. I mean, as soon as it starts getting colder, again, you can wear clothes to warm up or come indoors or whatever. But when it's too hot, it's so gross because it's like so hard to cool down. Hi, Lena. You're a good girl. And Diane says, rained here all day yesterday in GP, Grand Prairie, Alberta. We've had some rain, and that, oh, actually what was very exciting today is that, might have even been last weekend, I did, like, because we have female dogs, and I do use dog rocks, so I try to keep their urine, like, neutral so it doesn't kill the grass, but I still had some patches. And because we haven't had any rain, I haven't really been able, so first of all, because we haven't had rain, the rain hasn't been diluting their urine on the lawn. And then also, I haven't like been able to really put grass seed down because then I'd have to water it. And you don't want to waste water if you don't have to. But now that it's finally rained a bit, I put like last week or last weekend or whenever, I put down grass seed. I used my claw thing, like it's like 4 prongs and it breaks up the soil. but it's like a long thing and a handle here, so you can turn it and break up the soil. So I clawed the dirt in the patches and I sprinkled grass seed. And today I saw my little baby grasses are coming up in my patches, so I'm very excited about that, especially if we keep having rain, at least enough to like keep the lawn going and everything. But yes, things are looking green and healthy, and now that we finally got rain, things in the garden are growing and flowering. But it's September and I'm really nervous about things being off in their season, my plants and stuff, and how when the cold weather comes, how it might throw some things off that are behind in their blooming or yada yada. And yes, so that is all. Oh, see, what did I do? Okay, so let me have a sip of my drink. Just soda pop. I know I gotta tell everyone that all the time because it looks like wine. So I am, I understand now why my mom's probably not watching, because she's hanging out with Auntie Joan. So if they watch this at a later time, I hope, Mom, I hope you and Auntie Joan are having a good visit and that you're enjoying seeing all the other relatives up in Grand Prairie. Yeah, so, let me see. And it's nice, Auntie Diane, that you guys got to get together, especially like, I think you said Auntie Emily in there as well, who, Auntie Emily has a compromised immune system, and for those COVID years, she's had to be indoors and not get to see anyone. So it's nice that you guys could get back together and such. That's, that makes me happy for you guys. I listen to Canadian podcasts as well, like Canada Land, and this one called, oh, what's it called again? Oh, I was looking for my phone, but it's there. It's not called Dark Matter. What's it called? No, it's not Dark Night. I don't know. I'll put it in the post. But anyways, it has to do with like Canadian stuff, including the news and stuff like that. And it's talked about this, like, she calls herself the Queen of Canada, and she says that she's been given her title by the American military. And hi, Auntie Joan, I was just talking about you. Say hello to my mom if she's with you. Hope you guys are having a good visit. And yeah, she calls herself the Queen of Canada, and she's been given her power by the American military, and they're taking over Canada. And they so any of the police and government and everything in Canada is no longer relevant, or like they're not in charge anymore, and this group is, with her being the queen. And when they don't believe in vaccinations are against their beliefs. So if you are vaccinating or whatever, then you will be punished. It's crimes against humanity. And they tried to arrest some police officers. It's like a crazy story, and I just heard about this from this podcast. So if you live in Canada and you know what I'm talking about, this is a crazy group. She has like thousands of followers, and yeah, the Queen of Canada. It's really bizarre. Hi, Mommy. So yeah, I do like listening to Canada Land and keeping up with my Canadian podcasts, because then it lets me know what crazy stuff Canada's up to and what's going on there. So yes. What else? So I know last week I showed you guys my scarecrow that I painted that says welcome, and then I have like, and I did like pictures of me holding it front and back, and then it came up in memories that I did the exact same thing last year on my rambling hour. Auntie Diane says hi, Marie, which is hi, Mom, for me. And Melody says hi, Mom, Auntie Joan, Auntie Diane. So everyone's saying hello to everyone else, and that's great. This brings people together. The only one that you can hear chatting is me, which is annoying to some people's ears, but I'm glad I could bring people together. And the thing is that I'm the one who rambles the most anyways, so, you know, some people are shy or quiet or just, like, not as annoying as me. What can you do? At least, like, doing something like this, my mom can be proud of me, because all that yibber yabber chattering all my life has finally, you know, been good for something. So, Melody says, I'm burning my candle I got for my birthday from Auntie Joan. Well, that's really nice. Does it have a scent? Or what color is it? What's it like? Let me know. I was just checking the time. I still have like 17 minutes to ramble, or 16 and a half if you're counting. So there was something I was going to say. I was just like, with the kitchen being done and certain things like putting stuff in jars and everything else, I'm just feeling a little bit more witchy. And then when you said burning the candle, it just made me think of like just you know, that kind of witchy feeling, and I like it. But there was something I was listening to on a podcast today, and I thought about talking about it. But now it's not in my mind, so obviously it wasn't meant to be, and I'm not supposed to talk about it right now. Samantha says, I'm in bed snuggling up with Spencer. Nothing beats snuggles with Spencer. Melody says, 2-wick lavender soy candle. Okay, well, I'm allergic to soy, but I think burning a candle might be all right as long as I don't eat it. And lavender is nice, especially, well, it's like only 2 in the afternoon there, so that's, you know, but lavender, it would help put me to sleep. And Samantha, yeah, so, so I can't believe it, but like, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wait, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Like, Spencer's coming up on 6 months old already, and he's still, like, he's just the size of a newborn. Like, he's still smaller than my kids were when they were born, but he's so snuggly. And Aaron says, yes, Lisa, we have stayed in Kelowna. Long story for another time. Okay, and Melody says, don't eat the candle, and I won't. And Samantha says, love the smell of lavender. So, yes, I have a spritz spray for my pillows. Like, one is lavender for going to sleep, and the other one is like citrus for waking up. Although, if I'm already awake, how do I spray my pillow to wake up more? I guess, like, I can just, like, reach over while I'm, like, really tired and grab the citrus and, like, spray myself. You can use it for a body spray or your pillow or whatever. And then the smell of citrus is supposed to help you wake up. So, that's what it made me think of. I still don't burn candles as much as I used to because I don't trust people. And I guess the kids are older with Erica being 14, but and then animals, I'm still too nervous to have burning candles in the house. But I have drawers of candles that, again, use it or lose it. So I really need to use them or lose them. But yes, like I said, I changed the air freshener things so they have a nice autumn scent. And I love cinnamon and all those like spicy autumn flavors and smells. Melody says, yes, I also have lavender aromatherapy mist I use in my room. Samantha says, question, what's your favorite seasons and what's your favorite holiday through the year? And Melody says, if you lose them, send them to me. Oh, all my candles? That's funny. Okay, so Samantha, my favorite season is autumn, and my favorite holiday through the year is autumn. No, I think I would have to say Halloween. I know I haven't celebrated Halloween here like I did in Canada, but Halloween's big for me, and it's probably the one that I look forward to the most and love participating in the haunted house and all that stuff that I haven't done in years. But autumn is my favorite season now. I don't know if it's because I was born in autumn, but really it's more of it's even a smaller season than that. It's the time right now, like an Indian summer. So it's at the end of summer, beginning of autumn, when the leaves are starting to change. There's that crispy, magical feel in the air, but you still get those warm days and evenings like summertime, so that it's called the Indian summer. Again, I don't know if that's a appropriate term to use now or not, if we have to change what we call it, but it's that time of year. That's my favorite season. But yeah, autumn is my favorite season, but not the chilly autumn where it hurts my bones, but just where it's like autumn and spicy. And that you might have heard it, you might not have heard it, but the air freshener just went off and it smells like so good, you know, like apple pie, spices, like all that, those smells and everything else. So yeah, autumn is my favorite season. Even though I love gardening in summer, like obviously the heat of summer and everything else, I really enjoy that. There's just like how like Christmas is magical, there's something magical about autumn, and I just really, really love it. Aaron says, yes, I am the same as you, Lisa, Indian summer. Yeah, that's my favorite time of year. So it's like I was looking forward to it, and I think we'll still get it here. Like, even though like I said, it's more mild now, and my bones are cold, and I'm wearing my jacket outside, I have a feeling, and hopefully it's when the leaves have changed more and everything else, because autumn doesn't start here as early as it does on the prairies. So hopefully when the leaves have changed and everything else, we'll just get like a few days or a week of like these nice temperatures where I can just enjoy like, and just, I can just see like going for walks with the crunchy leaves under your feet and that smell. And actually, because it doesn't get as cold here, and we have different trees and stuff like that, the colors of the leaves aren't as intense here as they are naturally in Canada and on the prairies. However, because you can grow Japanese maples here, acers, so then we can get the colors and we can mimic it. But the colors here, the color display is just not the same as it is in North America, especially on the prairies. Aaron says, I am looking forward to my birthday this year. I get to be in Disney World. Okay, so Aaron's birthday's in November, and Disney World, that sounds awesome. Disney World, that's the one in Florida, I'm thinking. That is the one that Steve, if it's the one in Florida, Steve went there with the kids when Thomas was like turning 4. It was for Thomas's 4th birthday with some mummies. Like Steve's ex Jan was friends with other mummies who had babies at the same time. So they were turning 4, so they met in Florida and got together. So Thomas doesn't really remember it. So it is on our agenda eventually to go to Florida with the kids. But like, as most people know, the pandemic kind of threw people's plans out the window for different things. So yeah, I've never been to anywhere like that, and I'm trying to think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you've been to Disneyland or Disney World. Oh wait, actually, no, I remember you having Mickey Mouse ears when you were younger, but was that a gift from your sister when they went, or have you been to Disney World or Disneyland? I don't remember. You'll have to let me know. But it is definitely going to be different as an adult, and definitely bringing your kids there is going to be... Wait, you said you're going to be in Disney World. Is that for your birthday? Is that like an adult trip, or are you taking the kids with you? Yeah, if Steve and I have like all the money in the world to travel, then he wants to do like roller coasters, even though he has a broken neck. And I want to do like haunted houses. And I don't mean like just spooky old houses that have ghosts in them. I mean like haunted houses where you like go through and they scare you. Like that I want to do for... Okay, so Samantha, get on my butt this week and make sure that I get in contact with that guy and see about doing the haunted house, because if he doesn't have a suggestion for me, then I really need to figure out what I'm going to do the haunted house. But I want it done. Aaron says, I can't compare Florida and Disneyland, but I will be able to this year. Okay, so you have been to Disneyland? I think that's what you're saying. So, and I don't know which one's better either, but I know that the Florida one is the one that Steve's been to. And they went in hurricane season, which isn't like something I suggest, but because it was hurricane season and because he's British and British people are used to rain, that it was like really not busy, and he got to go on every roller coaster except one, and the lineups like weren't that long and everything else because it was hurricane season, so it actually worked out really well for them. We have been to Disneyland 2 times, but the ears you are talking about were from Maureen and Calvin. That's what I thought. So, and 2 times. Wow, that's exciting. So, what was I going to say? Okay, so yeah, it was for Thomas's birthday, and so hurricane season, I don't know when hurricane season is, but Thomas's birthday is October 10th, so they were in Florida around then. So, I don't know, is it hurricane season when you're going in November? I don't know. I have a friend who I've had as a guest on here, Lisa McDermott Vreeland, and she lives in Florida. So, yeah. So, what else? For dinner... Yes, need to do my workout after I'm done my live. Aaron says, I want to go to the Paris one. Well, I don't know if Steve's been to the Paris one or not, but I hear it's not as good as the other ones, but I don't know. And then there's like one in Tokyo or something too, right? Is there a Disney Tokyo? I don't know. There's like another one somewhere else in the world. So I can't compare any of them because I haven't been to any of them. Oh, hey, Matthew told me when he was here that the Mind Bender, like the roller coaster at West Edmonton Mall, might be getting taken down, and something like they can't get the parks for it anymore. That's like so unfortunate because there's not really a roller coaster like that, as far as I know, anywhere else in the world with the loops. And I mean, they might have a loop, but it's not the same as the 2 in a row. And I'm grateful that I've been on that, and Steve's gotten on it as well when he was in Canada once with us. And yes, it was actually the first time that he came out to Alberta to meet my parents and the girls when we just started dating. So yeah, so I'm glad that I got to go on it, but I'm sad. And I mean, you don't want it to be a feature if they can't get the parts for it, because you want it to be safe. But it also confuses me because like there's roller coasters that are like way older than that one, and they're still going and stuff. So I don't really understand, but you know, what can you do? And I've told you guys this before, I think, but I'm really excited because the water park, the World Water Park in West Edmonton Mall in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, is one of the best things ever. Like a huge indoor water park with like lots of water slides and everything. And it's so great. And we've been twice. Well, I've been way more than twice, but with Steve, I've been twice, and the girls and kids and everything. Since I've been with Steve, we've been twice. And they are building one in Manchester, which is like one of the cities that I'm nearest to. So I'm in between Manchester and Liverpool. And yeah, so Manchester's where Steve was born, and it's like his city, right? So it's really cool. Another thing in common with Edmonton and Manchester is that like we're going to have a huge indoor water park here, and I can't wait for them to build it. Hopefully it doesn't take them too long. So that is very exciting. What else do you guys want to talk about before it's time to go? Let's think. My watch says that I have done a perfect week for standing, so reaching my standing goal, but I don't think I've done any exercise per se this week. How do I get to, hang on, it's just giving me there. Yeah, okay, thanks. I can't, it's showing me the awards I've received, and that's fine, but I don't know how to get back to my rings for today. When Steve started, when he had a watch, he was like obsessed with like seeing all the different awards he could get and stuff, like by doing his workouts. So there we go. I've done 9 out of 30 minutes of exercise so far, and I've only done half of my move goal today, so I better get my butt in gear when I'm done this and do my exercise. Aaron says November will be nearing the end of hurricane season. All right, well, I mean, like, hopefully you're not caught in any hurricanes, but hopefully you have like good luck with the lines and everything at Disney World because of it being like that. Aaron says Georgia is hoping band this year will have a trip to Europe, so maybe I will make my way this year also. Well, that's very exciting. Actually, cousin April just asked what we were doing next summer, and she's thinking of coming out. They were supposed to come out the year that COVID happened, so yeah, and that's like reminded me when Matthew was here on Tuesday just visiting with people. Like, yes, COVID threw a wrench in a lot of people's plans, so I'm not going to act like selfish and think that just visiting with people is like the worst thing in the world, but I am excited to like, yeah, to have people here and visit again. And it was really nice to have somebody from my neck of the woods be over here and see, like, not just visit with him, but him get to see our house and our family and the garden and our life here. So that was like really exciting. But there's part of me that's like, I just want to visit with the person, and then they're on a trip and they want to like see things and do things, and I'm just like, yeah, but can't we just hang out at my house? So there's the best of both worlds sometimes, depending, you know, what the plans are. So definitely let me know if and when you guys are going to make it out here. Not just you, anybody who's not anybody who's watching. I don't mean like strangers and everything are welcome to come and stay, but you know what I mean, friends and family. If you're in this part of the world, let me know and we'll make plans to get together. I'm gonna have a drink, so write in the comments if there's anything else you want to talk about this week, right now, like in the next few minutes before it's time for me to go. We've started watching Better Call Saul, which is like the prequel to Breaking Bad, but it was made after Breaking Bad, so people have probably watched it because it's like really old. Well, not really old, but like I don't even know, like 2014 maybe or something. Like, we're just behind the times, but we've started watching that and we're really enjoying it so far. Aaron says, I would love to make a trip out to visit, and we don't have to do too much touring around, just need to catch up. That'd be awesome. And I know, so Auntie Joan is, her partner is English, and so she and he are like want to make it out here too, because I think they want to see his old stomping grounds as well. So, you know, you never know who's coming when and everything else. And it's sad because I was telling Matthew how my mom likes to travel, but she doesn't like doing the airports and everything herself. And he's like, oh, it's too bad. If he had known, because he was coming here anyways, he would have brought my mom over, if it, you know, so, but obviously it wasn't planned that way. And she has, like, he can't just like, yeah, so mom has to have plans when she's coming and everything. But that's the other thing. Anybody who's planning on coming over here or there, you know, can bring mom here or take mom back, so that she doesn't have to maneuver the airports by herself. So yeah, definitely let me know if anybody's planning on doing anything. The only thing I know that we're doing thus far is, and Samantha knows this too, because her family will be in Turkey at the same time. So me and Steve and the kids are planning on going to Turkey in May, when Samantha and her family will be there as well. So that is the only thing on the cards right now, is going in May to Turkey. Other than that, I don't know that we have any plans for going anywhere. I don't know when we're getting back to Canada. It's already been 3 years, but COVID pushed lots of things back. So, you know, we'll have to just make do with what we get. But again, if and when we know that we're going to Canada, I will let you guys know definitely. And I'll try to fit in as many people as I can, even if it's just having a big party together, that at least I get to see people. Until then, this is the best we can do. Video chatting like this. My mom says, hi, Auntie Diane. And it is time for me to say goodbye to you guys. I was 20 minutes late, but it's 20 after 9 now. So I am done for another week. And I will be back next week, next Sunday, after I spend the day with Samantha and her friends and family who are doing the Macmillan coffee and cake morning. So check out the link in the comments about the Macmillan coffee and cake morning, and maybe you want to support the cause and donate to Tyla's fundraiser for that. And if you're in the area here, message me and let me know, and maybe you'll even come to the Macmillan coffee and cake morning. Otherwise, I will eat a cake for you, and I won't drink a coffee for you, but I'll eat a cake for you. I'll eat a cake for everybody. I'll even eat cake if I don't need to do it for anybody. But anyways, I hope you guys had a good rambling hour with me. It was great to talk to you guys. I love you guys. I love keeping up with you like this. And I'll see you guys next week. All right? Bye.